Hey guys, Kev here, and I am back at the range. So I'm at the pistol range, and we are going to talk about the DPM system recoil reduction kit for the Staccato HD P4.5, guys. So I really want to do some testing here. One, to help out the folks over at DPM. They were kind enough to send me this kit and work with me on a couple others, and we kind of came up with a little deal where I paid for like half and they sent me half, and I got like 3 kits, and you know, I'm gonna help them because I don't think anybody's used these kits before for the P4.5 or the Bodyguard 2.0. Get them some you know, data, hopefully. And then also, because I think you guys would be interested to see the difference. So I'm going to actually attempt to shoot 115 grain, 124 grain, and 147 grain with each of the springs in the kit. There's 6 springs in the DPM kit, and I probably should also shoot a baseline with the stock recoil setup. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to figure that out. Turns out I only have so much 115 grain. I have like 32 or 33 rounds, something like that. I think it's 32. So I was gonna shoot 5 rounds with each spring. So it's gonna be 15 rounds per spring times 6, you know, so it's gonna be a lot of rounds, but maybe I'll just shoot 2 each with the stock spring and do it that way. That's probably gonna be what I have to do here. So it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be brutal, I think, but we're gonna get it done. I am gonna keep my Surefire X300 on here because I believe most people are gonna have that on there. And unfortunately, I can't do everything. Otherwise, I would do it all without too. Or maybe I should remove it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I don't think I've shot without it. So to me, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But I guess you could just assume the recoil impulse is going to be better with the X300, and maybe I should do it stock. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I need the light to put it in my holster, which I like. So I'm probably just gonna keep it on. And then, you know, maybe smarter people than me can figure out, you know, if makes a difference or whatever. So anyway, yeah, I have 115 grain from Supervel left over, and then I have 124 and 147 grain. These are all FMJs. The 124 and 147 come from HSL Ammunition. I did buy it there, but I'm trying to get those boys to sponsor me, whether they send me a little bit of ammo or give me some kind of discount to help me get out here more often for you guys, as of like right now, where I'm just gonna burn through 6 times 15. Don't ask me to do math, baby. What's that? 45 plus 45. I mean, that's like 100 rounds, you know? 90 rounds if my math is not terrible, which it is. But, you know, just burning it. So let's get into it. I got to figure this out, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to start this test, baby. I'm going to try to line this camera up so you can see everything, and we'll go from there. I love you guys. Check back in a second. All right, guys, I'm going to give this a shot. I might not have enough time to do it all because it's already, yeah, shit. Anyway, my red dot is dead as well, which is fantastic. So this is a basically brand new SRO that I got for this gun. So I don't know what the deal is there. I didn't have the tool with me to check. I don't have an extra battery either. So we'll see if it's the battery or if the thing just died. It worked the other day on my table, so I don't know why it would be broken now. I guess it could be the battery. We'll see if we get it to pop back on, but I guess I'm using irons. This isn't really about accuracy anyway. And I did take off the light because I'm just going to do it stock. I think that makes the most sense. Currently, I have the lightest spring in here, the short black spring, which I think is 11.2 pounds. And we're gonna start off with 115, 5 rounds, 124, 147, okay? So here we go. At some point, I'll probably do the stock spring too. So let's see what happens. But I heard like a weird sound on that one. 124s. Try to get it more in the middle for you guys. Okay, 147s. That felt a little softer. That probably felt a little softer. They all felt really good, honestly. So that was the lightest spring. Felt good. Feels good when you rack it back. I hope something's moving when I'm doing that. I'm just slipping off of the glass messed up. Hate touching it, but just felt like something weird there. I don't know what could have happened to this thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go switch out the spring. I don't know if I want to show you that every time. You're just gonna have to trust me. I did a video showing how you install it, so you can watch that if you need to know. I'll link it somewhere along the way so you can check if you'd like, okay? Okay, now we have the second lightest spring in here. I think it's a 12 pounds or something like that. It's the long black spring 115s. Here we go. Okay, 124s. Definitely felt a little bit softer. 147s. Definitely felt even softer, but more sluggish, if that makes sense. We are going to work our way up now to the gold springs. Okay, we now have the short gold spring. I believe that's around 13 pounds. You can double check it on their website, but it's the short gold spring, and we are rocking 115s. Here we go. Short gold. Definitely snappier, more poppy on that one, but a little faster too, I think. This is 124. We have a failure stovepipe. Okay, so that one stovepipe there. 147s with the short gold spring. Oh, that felt good, but it did not lock open on that last round. Not sure what that's about. Everything worked flawlessly on the black springs. So just something to note. Maybe you guys can watch me do it this time from afar, just so I have proof that I'm actually changing shit, maybe. There's always got to be something. Can't seem to get the spring out with this short gold one. Don't know why. Put the link up. See, I didn't have any issues with the black ones. They came right out. This one, there's like no give in it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this thing out because it's not moving at all. What is going on here? It's not going out. What the fuck? Makes me not want to, if I ever do get it out here, makes me not want to put this one back in. So here's the issue. Don't want to get hit in the face. So this has the horseshoe. Usually you just push in and then you make sure it comes over the top of the link under that horseshoe so it can have the space, but just doesn't want to do that for some reason here. It's like I have less. Oh, it makes no sense. And the whole barrel keeps wanting to slide out. Never had this happen either. There's just no give in this. Where the other one had a little bit of give. Okay, finally got it. I don't know what the hell's going on. And I had to put the longer gold one in, so we'll see what happens. And then I pinched the shit out of myself when I just put it back together down here. My pinky got caught between the slide and the island barrel, so barrel block. So here we go, 115s with the long gold spring. I think it's like 14 pounds. All right. Failure. That's 115s. Also, yep, you can see the grip came off again. Handle it grips. I even tried to redo the heating and everything, so that's an issue. Not with the gun or anything, just something to notice. Stovepipe. Stovepipe, I think it's empty anyway. Did not lock back until I pulled it back there, obviously. So that wasn't good. That was 115s with the gold long spring, kind of medium long spring, so to speak. 124s, stovepipe. I don't think this gun likes the gold springs, to be honest. Try again, 124. Barely came out of there, that's better. Stovepipe and empty. Okay. 147s. See if that's any better. Long gold spring, 147s. Did everything but lock back. And I don't think it was because of my grip or anything. I'm pretty careful. I've never had that problem. So I don't know if it's not getting enough power. Seems what it's like. Seems what's happening on those. But I got to keep moving. We're going to get to these last two. All right, guys. We got the silver spring in. This is the strongest one. So I guess it's 15 pounds short. Silver spring. 115 grain. Those gold springs did not like this gun. So let's see. See how the silver ones do. I only put 4 in. That was not a failure because I'm trying to save 4 for the stock recoil spring to test that as well. So the 115 will have 4. The 124 or 147 will have 5. This is 124 grain with the short silver spring. These feel great. So I think that gold spring just is not for the Staccato HD P4.5. So let's try the 147. Feels fantastic. Hard to even tell the difference between 124 and 147. 115 was a little bit snappier. All right, I'm gonna go put in our last DPM S spring. Guess I forgot to turn the camera off, so you're coming along. Been doing pretty good getting this guy out of here without too much trouble. And I just talked to my wife, so I gotta hurry up. There we go. See if it comes out of here a little easier. That last gold spring was a pain in the ass too to get out. Those black ones were easy to get out. Looks like this one wants to come out too. Come on, baby. I'm not trying to get hit in the face here. Maybe there's a trick to it that I just don't understand. But I can get the black ones out easy. Do I just need to put more tension up or something? Oh, there, to the side. So maybe you gotta put it back straight with the horseshoe and then kind of roll it as you're pulling it out. I don't know. Last one in. Guess I pinched my index finger somewhere along the way too, because it hurts like hell. All right, that looks to be in there. Put that link forward. All right, 115 grain with the long silver spring. This is the strongest spring, 16 pounds, I believe. Here we go, 115 grain. Yeah, good bit snappier. That was 4, right? Yep, 4, sorry. I see 3 holes. Maybe I doubled one up or I completely missed, but pretty sure that was 4 shots. Maybe I only put 3 in, but there's nothing else in the magazine, and we can double check. Nothing in it. Well, let's, yeah, all right. 124s, long silver spring. Yeah. That feels fantastic. Did not lock back though. Little sluggish, like heavy on that pull. So I don't know if that's why. Here we go, 147s, long silver spring, heaviest spring. Feels great. Locked back, no problem. All right, so now I'm gonna go do the stock spring. Let's see how fast I can do this. This thing's getting hot though. Oh, come on, I had you. Jinxed myself, I had it. Wow, these were coming out easy before. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. That was weird. All right, let's try my little method here I just thought of. So you come up, the horseshoe. Nope, length needs to be up, fill down. Ah, and then roll it. Nah, it doesn't work. What the hell? There we go. Okay, whatever. Those are all easier than those gold ones. Here's the stock spring. I took out their plug thing, putting the stock plug in and the stock recoil assembly. Way easier to put in because you don't have to shove a spring in or anything. It just doesn't stay down. I need some ammo too. Scheisse. All right, let me get this on. You always gotta mess with this damn thing. Gotta hold it. It's kind of hot right now. Super annoying. I don't know if you guys can hear that every time. It just wants to pop off. And then it's off to the side. So the stock spring has its own set of nightmares. Just stay, dude. Okay. feels very soft with the stock spring in there. Let me scrounge up some ammo. Got 4 rounds of 115 grain here. Okay, now I have, these are 147s, and I don't want to mix this up. So 115 in the front, 2, 3, 4, 5 147s. And then we want our 124s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 124s. Get a drink. All right. Nope, 115s. Here we go. Felt pretty good, a little snappy. Here's the 124th, that's what I was shooting last week. So this should feel familiar minus the X300. Feels great. We are locked up. That was the 147 gram. That was the last one too. What is going on? I've never had this before. So the safety is down. Slide lock is down. But the bullet is stuck in there. I don't know if you can see the brass case. It's just stuck in there. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I need to be careful. I am 90% sure that is a live round in there. So, what can I do? Because I really do not want to put this away without clearing it. But how do I clear it? Slam it on something? I don't want to break that SRO, but I mean, I might have to. I don't know what else to do. There it goes. So that was not cool. That was a 147 grain. Okay. It's not in battery. Did I literally just cause the same? Yep, cause the same malfunction. Interesting. Oh. Kind of glad I did. I don't know if you can see that, but look. Bullet is all fucked up right here. And then the casing is bulged out. And all fucked up here. So, nailed it. Just to see, I'm gonna put 5 rounds in of the 147s. Never had a problem with their ammo, but obviously shit can happen. But again, maybe that casing just wasn't resized correctly or something. That one dropped in. No problem at all, locked back. So I think that was just a bad round. I'm not gonna blame the gun for that. I mean, we'll keep an eye on it, obviously. But, so, man, I don't know. I like the black spring, but the slide is pretty sluggish. The silver spring is pretty good. That was probably the best, consistently with the 124 and 147s. I don't know. I'm gonna put my light back on, shoot some 124s. Gonna be honest, guys, I love the kit, but I'm not sure there's a benefit here, if that makes sense. If you need a recoil spring or kit, it makes sense, right? Because it works well with the black and the silver springs, not the gold. And honestly, guys, that could really come down to, that's 124, really could come down to the fact that the kit was made for the 4-inch with no barrel block, which is probably a big difference. You know what I mean? So that could be what's going on here, is it's just not meant for this setup, you know? But again, I do want to kind of do it again with the light. I will say the butteriness of the slide with that stock recoil spring, man, is really nice. 124s again here. Let me draw this time because I can. I don't know how many rounds I put in there. I thought it was 5. 147s. Let's try the slide release. Looks to have gone in battery, no problem. Feels great. Feels great. I don't know, guys. This is clear. From my initial assessment here, with no X300 on it, I don't think you need this kit. I really appreciate DPM for sending it to me. And I'm excited to test the other kits too. And I just want to be 100% honest. That's my job. At least that's how I see my job. You know, I just got to tell you how it is, how I feel. And maybe I'm not the right person for this because I don't have these super senses with that. You know, maybe you need somebody really experienced with shooting to be able to tell you if there's a huge difference. I will say the silver springs did feel good. The black springs felt soft, really nice, but I could feel the slide like being slow. The gold springs are out, they suck. And I think that's probably a case of maybe they're for the P4 and somehow that 4-inch, I don't know. Because that one had like malfunctions and issues, not necessarily like it felt weird when it worked, you know. It never really worked, so it's hard to say. But the lighter springs and the stronger springs worked fine with all the ammo. So I would say the 115 grain with the soft springs seems to make sense. And the heavier ammo with the 147s I think makes sense. But I'm not sure I'm going to use the kit. I might try it again with the X300. I just might, you know, just try 1 or 2 springs instead of all of them. I'll do that in a separate video or something. But I feel like Staccato did a great job. Whatever they chose and that buffer on there, it feels good. I don't think there's a reason to change your recoil spring, if that makes sense. So if you have one of these and you're thinking about the kit, at least with the P4.5, I can't speak to the P4. So I'm thinking maybe they need to potentially tune the springs a little bit for the P4.5. They have to make some adjustments. I think there's maybe too much of a difference in the gun, not necessarily the recoil spring length and everything. That's the same. Staccato uses the same thing, but their kit was tailored for the 4-inch. And I think that's the problem. It probably needs to be tailored for the 4.5. So that's what I'm sticking with here, guys. Again, big shout out to DPM. Check them out. They have great recoil systems for a lot of guns. You know, and there are guns where it's gonna make a difference and you're gonna notice. SIG P4.5 I noticed. My Archon feels so good with that kit in it. But with a Staccato, you're paying for a hand fit, essentially hand fit and expensive premium firearm. And they did their research. They did their job at Staccato. So I think it's just less impact here. That's my theory. So I'll talk to the guys at DPM, get their thoughts and everything. And it's always possible that my instincts, my thoughts are completely wrong, because it's happened before. Go check out my 2 reasons not to get a bodyguard carry comp video. I love you guys. I'm gonna catch you later. Peace.